Hello everybody, good evening, Rose Thorne here. So as you all know, I have been busy today. I made 3 standalone videos talking about Foodie Beauty, Natter, and Dee Dee, and just giving some insight on why Foodie is doing the content that she's doing on her YouTube channel, and insights on what's really going on with Dee Dee and Natter as well. So I hope that some of you watch those videos. Those of you that watch Foodie and her content for you is very frustrating. It makes you very angry. It makes you very stressed out. Maybe by watching the videos, it might help you to understand more of what you're watching and might make things a bit more tolerable. But certainly it adds a different perspective to things. So Foodie, while I was doing those videos, she was very busy as well, doing live stream after live stream, although I've looked through 2 of the 4 live streams, and she's doing one right now. There's not a whole lot going on. She's in her room, and she's been live streaming all day, and from now on, I'm just going to call it for what it is. I think it's important to call things by their right names. Foodie has been busy all day doing the feeder fetish content. Clearly, she's doing the feeder fetish content and catering to the feeders. Once upon a time, she catered to them, but she was a bit more subtle about it. Now she doesn't even care. She doesn't care if everybody knows she's catering to the feeders. She's doing it as an attempt to get more feeders on her channel to give her money both on YouTube and off. So today I'm going to react to 2 of those live streams. I'm going to put them both into one react video because if there's not a whole lot going on in one video, why make a bunch of videos? Just condense 2 into one. I'm going to show different pieces of both videos and the comments, and we'll just call it a day. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what we're working with here. Let's start with the first one, very important Beezer. So where do we want to start with first? Okay. So as you can see from this thumbnail, from the screenshot here, there's Foodie catering to the feeders. She's got a sports bra on. She's got the 2 tight pants on. I've already explained in the other videos, this is her catering to the feeders, because the feeders like to see somebody and how big they are, and they like for the person who is the feedee, which is Chantal, they like to see the feedee in 2 tight clothes because that points in the direction of they're growing in size and they're getting bigger. So she's clearly catering to that fetish group of people by continuing to wear clothes that are too tight and too small for her, and also wearing a sports bra. She could put a top on, but throughout this stream, she pretty much keeps the same outfit on and she doesn't change clothes. She doesn't put anything on her top half. So this whole stream was about catering to the feeders. But wait, there's more. So this interesting moment happened at 56 minutes. Let me just go ahead and stop here. So as you can see, Foodie is looking down. She's looking down at her phone. And throughout this stream, she was looking down at her phone, and clearly she was texting Natter and silently talking to him and paying attention to him. So she's doing a live stream where she should be focusing on the people in front of her, because those are the people that are paying her bills, her rent, his bills, his rent. But her focus was entirely on Natter. And then this moment happened. See, she's still continuing to look at her phone. She's talking to him. Does this behavior strike anyone as someone who's mad at another person? She has said, I'm done with him. but yet clearly she's not, because she's texting him right now. And she didn't turn off the phone service. So does anybody on this side of the fence, or even on Foodie's side of the fence, does anybody still believe that they're done? They're not done. Let me show some further proof of why they're not done. So Foodie was home last night, and she posted something. Hold on, let me find it. One moment, please. Give me just a moment. One moment, please. Sorry, I thought I had it. I thought it was posted. Okay. So let's go over here. Sorry about that. Here's a picture from Foodie's Instagram. Y'all notice something about the picture? Take a look down here. A little burn mark. She's got a little burn mark on her lip. So clearly, she saw a natter last night. And clearly they partied a little bit, because she's got a fresh burn mark on her lip. And I also noticed right off the bat that her eyes are all huge. So blasted out pupils and a burn mark on her lip. And I'm not quite sure where she was when she took this picture. It doesn't look like it's at her house, considering the background. It doesn't look like her computer chair. So clearly she was with Natter. And she's been in a very good mood all day. And she's had energy. She's doing some cleaning today. So whenever she's in a good mood, usually that means she has spent time around Natter. And now she's talking to him in front of people on her phone. Any VIBs over on Chantal's side, that if you are saying to yourselves, oh, one day she's going to be done with this man, you're sorely mistaken. She may say she's done, but she's not a good liar. She doesn't know how to make the lie believable. She doesn't carry it through. She's talking to Natter right in front of you. Do you care about that? Do you care about the fact that she lied to you and that you're paying not just for her expenses, but his? Just think it over. How do you feel about paying for his stuff as well? How incredibly rude. People are in your room and you're texting Natter in front of everybody. After saying, I'm done, I'm done. We're done with each other. Clearly you're not. Clearly you're not.
Here's Moto Man. Dog, don't say I don't love you.
And there she is. She's got a picture or a video of him on her phone. So you're done with somebody, but you've still got their pictures and their videos on your phone to watch, to look at. Girl, you're not done. You're so not done. And here's another interesting moment that happened in her live stream. Let me just play it from here.
Murder's been checked. Yeah. Okay. What next? Empty my vacuum out. I want to make cheeseburgers. Let's light a candle. Yeah, Sherry. This is for your mom. She will want kids when it suits her. So most people have kids when it suits them. He calls me Bunny. Genius. And she only wants them. She only wants them and to be able to adopt when she is with Koki. Yes, because my whole life is when I'm with this person. Okay, right.
Actually, your whole life is Natter. For the past year, you've been wrapped around Natter. What's he doing? Who is he talking to? How can I spend time with him? Waiting by the phone for him to call to give you permission to go see him. Making sure to have enough money so that when you did see him, he would allow you to be around him. Making sure to have proper drugs and alcohol so the two of you could spend time around each other. Just the whole thing the past year has been nothing but Natter. And I think I can speak for not just myself, but everybody else has been witness to all this drama. We are all sick of the drama involving yourself and Natter and Dee Dee. We're over it. It's been overkill. We're tired. This whole thing is played on way too long and it needs to change. I'm sick of the name Natter El Shami. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear it ever again.
Show us your hotel remote collection. I don't know where the other one is. I might have shot it in the garbage. No, you can tell which ones are ghetto. Like I have one from Hotel Monville, and
There's also a part in here. I think I incorrectly wrote down the time, but there's another part in this live stream where Foodie is up and she looks at the camera and she says, "Are you going to post the video that I edited for you?" She was speaking directly to Natter through her monitor rather than pick up the phone and call him. She made a point to say that in her live stream, letting everybody know that she filmed a video for him and she edited the video for him. There's Foodie trying to say without saying that she and Natter have spent time around each other, although we really didn't need any proof. We know they're spending time around each other. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. I think I wrote down the wrong timestamp, so I apologize for that. But yeah, this is Foodie. That's what she did all during this live stream, is catering to the feeder fetish people. Her content anymore is about trying to attract not just the feeders, not just the gainers and the immobilizers, but all different kinds of fetish groups. She's trying to turn her YouTube channel into a fetish channel that caters to many different fetishes. And she's doing it for the sake of profit. Although I have said it in my videos, I'll say it again. There are forums and there are sites for that kind of content. And Foodie, you coming on YouTube and bringing that content here is inappropriate, because the people that are on YouTube, they are here because they don't want to see adult content. They're here for regular content. So you trying to do this kind of content on YouTube, and the people that are watching don't know that they're watching adult content, they're not giving their consent to see stuff like this. So you need to take your butt off of YouTube, go on OnlyFans and do this kind of crap, okay? You really do. You really, really do. So let's go on to the comments. Summer Flowers says she's calm and passive now because she has been seeing him since Thursday night. Within a day or so, she will come clean like she always does. And after payday, it would all fall apart again. The never-ending cycle. By the way, Beezers, if you truly care to think about her, you would stop telling her how beautiful she is. She goes around dressed like that because she believes you. In her delusional mind, she's a sexy little kitten prancing around, driving all the boys crazy. But her reality is her body is deformed and her internal organs are slowly being suffocated. If she doesn't make changes soon, things are going to take a turn for the worse. I agree with you, Summer Flowers. I do. And you're right. I think that she's seeing Natter on and off. And it would make sense because payday is coming up. So Natter is being nice to Foodie right now. He's setting her up to get a big bunch of money come payday. A big bunch of money. He is setting her up to give him a whole bunch of money. So in order to get that money, he's got to give her more time. And then once he gets the money, he'll tell her to go home and don't bother him. Susanna Sylvia says, talking to thousands of people about wanting to hook up with his brothers. How do you like Natter saying things like that about your mother, aunt, or sister? Foodie, she doesn't seem to think beyond her words. Imagine being Natter's mom and imagine being Mrs. El Shami for a moment. Imagine a woman that's interested in your son, seeing her or hearing about her talk about not just being with your son, but his brothers. How horrible and disgusting that would be. How disgusted the mother would be if she heard that, if she heard Foodie say that. She wants a relationship with Natter, but as I've said in my videos, she's doing everything wrong. She's already shown Natter the ugliest sides of herself. He's aware of them, and he wants nothing to do with Foodie. But when she does additional things like this, where she's acting really slutty and talking in a vulgar, disgusting way about his family is never going to accept her. Never. Not in a million years. She'll always be just someone that Natter sees to get money out of her. Rogue Fire says, Natter's phone's still on, never disconnected. Text him. This entire stream, she was texting him. As you can see, she's on her phone, smiling hard at her phone. Leaves so no one questions her. Comes back and smugly talks to her VIPs, yells at them, tells them off, won't answer anything related to Natter. She then talks about how she edited a video of his, then says a long time ago, right, back to 1 hour streams every 24 hours. Oh, she's back to that part of the cycle now? Oh, I don't want to talk about him and trying to get some privacy. Are we already back there? Yeah, it figures. Whenever they're good, she won't talk about them. But Foodie has her ways of letting everybody know she's talking to Natter, like her smirky duper's delight smile. She's always dropping hints. She's always dropping breadcrumbs in an attempt to claim him, even though he's not claiming her and he'll never claim her. Fibonacci fan says, wow, Chantal really has absolutely nothing to offer in conversation unless it's 100% about her. Narcissism is a self-centered personality style having an excessive interest in one's physical appearance and preoccupation with one's own needs, often at the expense of others. A narcissist will anger very easily when the focus of attention is not solely on them. They despise those individuals who are empathic, befriend others easily, and are seemingly more successful at basic everyday tasks. Narcissists often feel genuine unwanted hate towards people the same sex. Huh. Boy, that just describes Foodie to a T, doesn't it? I mean, that was spot on. Good job, fan. That was Foodie to a T. She does anger easily. She always wants to be in the center of attention. I mean, I heard a story about how when her and BB were living together, poor BB was just trying to iron his shirts for work, and Foodie had a fit because she wasn't getting attention at that moment. And I've also heard that one of the reasons why she cheated on BB was simply because he didn't tell her she was pretty that day. Narcissistic, toxic behavior. And yes, she doesn't like other women. She looks at other women as competition. And narcissists do not like competition. They want to be in the spotlight always, no matter what's going on. If it's not about them, they will find a way to make it about them. Lone Wolf says, I honestly don't know how she has any supporters at this stage. Anytime I checked out the live stream, she was away from the camera for long periods of time. She's been doing that a lot lately. And when she was there, she was looking at photos of the one she accuses of abusing her. Also, she is not running him down, so viewers can assume she is back with him. This is worse than a really bad soap opera at this stage. I want viewers to know of your scam, and that is a script and it's all fake. She is making an absolute mockery of everyone. She is so self-obsessed, it's embarrassing. Then talking to viewers about hooking up with the brothers of Natter, keeping the cast members within the family now. Watch this space for one of the brothers to become the latest cast member. The lies she tells about blocking him everywhere, and the next minute she's clearly in contact with him and looking at pictures of him. Please wake up and realize it's all a script and fake to scam you. You know, the reactors have been screaming to the rooftops that she's a scammer, he's a scammer, this whole thing is fake, it's performative, it doesn't make sense. Her trying to come on camera and say, this is my truth, this is my story. Well, if anybody's ever read a story, then you know that most stories are made up. They could be partially true, halfway true, not true at all. Foodie's story, as she calls it, is completely made up. It's fabricated. She tries to come on and put on airs that she's telling the truth to people, but yet her actions, her words, and anything after that, none of it makes sense. She hates him. She says she's done with him, but yet she's got pictures on her phone in this live stream. She's texting him in this live stream. She hasn't cut off his phone. Clearly, she went to go see him last night because of the burn mark on her lip, and that is such a earmark of them spending time together. They are not done, and they will never be done for the reasons that I stated in the videos that I posted today. He's part of the game, and he's there to help Foodie get views on her channel and also to be there to fulfill some of her dark fantasies. Susanna Sylvia says, would it be okay with you if Nada or Didi put pictures up of your family members without your permission? If not, why do you feel entitled to do that? Because she has no shame. To her, everything and anything is content. I mean, she's turned her YouTube channel into a fetish channel where she's catering to the feeders, to the gainers, to the immobilizers. Now she's catering to the fart fetish people. She is just doing whatever she can to bring in the fetish people on her channel and make money on them. But anything and everything for Foodie is content. There's nothing off limits. Jai Me says Natter is her drug dealer. He saw her / his money pulling away and reeled her back in with drugs, hence the weird behavior. She's never getting away from him, and he could very well be downstairs. Pete's is hiding in his room. When people were asking if she was back with Natter, her responses were vague and not a direct no. Yet, Foodie has said in the past that she doesn't like outright lying to people, mainly because she gets caught in her lies. So her way of getting out of that and yet confirming what people know is just by staying silent. So if you ask her a question and she doesn't answer, that by itself is your answer. Lori Lou Who says she is so transparent and on schedule with Needy, it's not even entertaining anymore. Yeah, like I don't even know why those two just won't come out and say they're seeing each other. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's no court case. But they just like playing this ridiculous game with YouTube. This absolutely ridiculous game. Foodie, Natter, Dee, I'm calling all three of you out. This whole game is ridiculous. It is. You're all three trying to act on YouTube like you hate each other. But Dee, if you hated Chantal, why did she have a key to your apartment, dear? Why did you have sex with her? Chantal, if you hate Dee, why did you have sex with her? Why do you got a key to her house? Natter, if you hate Chantal, why do you make a point to spend time around her? Why do you go to motels with this woman? I mean, you're all stupid. You're all stupid. If you have some sort of arrangement, you got the arrangement. But what's the point of the lies? Why lie to people when you say something and do another and then get caught? Hey, it's Dee says, at 1 hour, 6 minutes, she says, are you going to put your restaurant video up that I edited for you? It ain't over, folks. Oh, so I did get the timestamp wrong. Let's go back to it. I thought it was 1 hour, 41 minutes. So let's see.
Are you gonna put your restaurant video up that I edited for you?
You know, if she had that question, she should have asked him on the phone, but she did that shit on purpose. She did. She did it on purpose. More proof that they're seeing each other. Not that anybody needs it. Not that anybody needs it. But there's more proof for you. You know, Instagram picture with the burn on her lip. She's texting him on her phone during this live stream, showing off his pictures, smiling, smirking. She's in a good mood. I mean, how much more proof is needed? Next comment. Lavender Sky says, all you worry about in a day is food and Natter. The $500 you gave Natter should have went to the cleaning company. You are still messing with Natter. You will always mess with him. And you know he will always be around to accept your money. No need to hide it. Yeah, exactly. You know what? If you're someone and you want to give somebody money or pursue a certain lifestyle, just come right out and say it. Come right out and say it. Come right out and say it. Why lie? That's where people go. That's where everybody is going nuts. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop trying to believe that the audience is stupid. We're not stupid. Jen says feeders probably pay her to wear skimpy clothes online. No other reason. She doesn't have any shame. Nope. Nope. And you're right. The content she's doing anymore is strictly for the feeders. It's strictly for the feeders, for the gainers and the immobilizers. The feeders that are the gainers, they want to watch her gain weight and get big. The immobilizers, they want to see her get to a point where she can barely move. And anything that looks like she can barely move, she can't do things for herself, they're all about that life. Those are the people sending Foodie money through PayPal and whatnot off of YouTube. That's how she has money before she gets paid, is those people, catering to those people, doing feeder requests. This is all feeder content. XO says she thinks about what to say for shock value. Everything she is and does and says is fake and pre-thought out. It's all fake. Agreed. Agreed. She's always trying to think of another way, another layer to bring stuff in, to shock people, to upset people, to trigger people. Foodie has even figured out that if she pisses people off enough, they'll send those hate super chats. Some people get so angry at Foodie that they want to scream in her face, but they can't. All they can do is send a super chat and have her read it. But y'all, if you hate Foodie and you're sending her a super chat, you're sending her money. I mean, that's the equivalent of walking up to somebody and saying, I hate you, you're disgusting, here's $5. You're paying somebody that you hate. And with Foodie, she doesn't care if you give her money because you support her or you don't support her. It all spends the same. But she figured out that she makes more money making people upset than by making people happy. Uh, Louise says, Chantal, French Fry Girl earns $2,000 in super chats per week. How do you feel about that? She earns double your income after AdSense and merch. How does it feel that your content keeps French Fry Girl out of the Motel 6? Well, Frenchie is a smart woman, and she would never end up at the Motel 6. She's very hardworking. She's educated. She would never be at the Motel 6. I'm sure she lives in a nice home and she's well off because she's a smart lady. She does well. She works hard. But, Frenchie's got more than Chantal going on. But Frenchie does very well. And I'm sure she does a lot more positive things with her money than Chantal does with hers. So I think it's safe to say that Frenchie earns almost as much or as much as Chantal, but yet she has a better quality of life. And isn't it a shame, Chantal, that a reactor lives better than you do? Because they're making better decisions and better life choices. And there you are making the money that you make. And your life is so miserable that you got to take out payday loans. And you're behind in your taxes. And you have to borrow money from your parents. I mean, what a sad life. Robert Whitaker says, just as classy as ever, I see. Now lusting after Stabby Daddy and the brothers. Her toxicity knows no bounds. Yeah, the whole thing lusting after his brothers, that's just gross. That's gross. Another reason why Nader will never be with her, because she's slutty and she can't keep her slutty thoughts to herself. She's going to say her slutty thoughts in a live stream. And that's something that can get back around to his family. And I'm sure they would not approve. Nikki Weber says, Dee Dee did win. You have literally spent over 10 hours talking about her. She and Nader are living rent-free in your head, not to mention rent-free in their apartment. So yes, she did win. You would have to stop obsessing over him for you to win, and that won't happen because you have nothing else going on in your life to talk about. Just eating 10,000 calories and obsessing over a loser. I'm going to say something in regards to this whole thing between Dee Dee, Nader, and Chantal. And I talked about this in the standalone videos that I did. I feel that Nader, Dee Dee, and Chantal, there's some sort of dominant, submissive type relationship between all three. Dee Dee is Nader's main because her lifestyle and her submissive attitude are much more agreeable to Nader than Chantal and her lifestyle and her attitude. As I said in the standalone video, Chantal she's too defiant for someone like Nader. They're both manipulating, controlling people, and that's why they butt heads all the time. Not only that, but if Chantal's trying to play the part of the submissive, therein is the problem. She's trying to be something she isn't for the sake of being with a guy. And she can only keep up that act for so long. If you are pretending to be something you're not, at some point there's a part of you that says, I don't want to pretend anymore. I want to be who I really am. And then there's conflict when you try to bring out your real personality. Natter is not about that life of living in filth and being around people that do not bathe and don't brush their teeth and are obnoxious with their manners. He's not about that life of being around somebody who burps and farts and screeches. It's amazing to me that Chantal sees Dee Dee and sees how Dee Dee lives and how she behaves, and yet she's not adapting those things to her life to be more attractive to Natter. Also, something else. If Chantal is trying to be submissive to Natter, sometimes when you got a person who's trying to play the part of the submissive, and there's this role play going on, which I've said in my videos, I feel a lot of what we see on YouTube is it's role play that really should be done in private. Chantal, Natter, and Dee Dee are doing this, what should be private role play. They're doing it on a public forum for the sake of making money. Sometimes if you have a bratty submissive, they will purposely do things just to get punished. They want to get punished. Chantal throws temper tantrums and she does things trying to get Natter's attention or to try to get him to contact her, because those two are always in a power struggle, the tug of war back and forth. Who's got the most power? Who's dominant over who? And sometimes Natter will respond to it and sometimes he won't. But there's always that her trying to be in control, and she may want some kind of punishment because she has a humiliation, degradation fetish, and sometimes he feeds into it and sometimes he doesn't. But there's all these different things going on. No matter what it is going on, they should take this stuff off YouTube. This is adult content that doesn't belong on freaking YouTube. Chelsea and May says, "Aw, did you put that chair on the balcony for Natter so he could sit out there and chain smoke cigarettes and cough his lungs out while he's visiting the villa? That's cute." Something that I noticed in one of the reacts I did recently, that Pete's looked pretty pissed off. In the live stream that I covered where he brought Foodie some cereal and she put cream on the cereal, normally he sticks around to talk to Foodie, but he just dropped everything off and left. And that's not something that he was doing before. Like he was angry about something. And if Natter is coming to visit the villa, that might be why he's pissed off. Evie says, "I don't know how you can look at yourself with what you're wearing and come online for thousands to see. I mean, I do get it. You have absolutely no shame and it's so gross." She's doing it for the feeders, y'all. Let's call it for what it is. Her content is fetish related. It's for the feeders. It's for the gainers. It's for the immobilizers. These are the people that send her money on YouTube, off YouTube. They are the ones paying for the paneer. They're the ones paying for the lakmas. They're buying her food, her clothes. She's catering to the feeder fetish people. She's looking to make her channel into nothing but the fetish people, because if she does, then nobody in her audience is going to have a problem with anything she does. She'll have the perfect crowd of yes men that will approve of what she's doing, and they will not say anything that sounds like criticism. And it bothers her, the fact that no matter all these things that she's done, she still has not gathered a whole lot of the feeder fetish people. There's still those ordinary people in the audience that they're not there for the feeders fetish content. They're there for her. Let's see. Princess Darkness says, "You're so hyped to remind Dee Dee that a few weeks ago he was telling you he needed you to get an apartment because you could not stand Dee Dee anymore. And you're gloating about it, but ma'am, we've been telling you all along he's using you. Of course he's telling you he can't stand her, so you will get him the apartment, then guess what? He will host all his women that he messages on Facebook. Don't flatter yourself. There are many. I'm sure there are many. because he's a grifter and he's always looking for new targets. Always looking for new targets. He never stops scamming. I mean, that's something that's going on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But Chantal's the same way. She gets on YouTube and she tries to figure out new ways to grift people and to bring money her way, because the more she makes, the more she spends. Okay, so that's enough of that live stream. Let's move on to moments. So she finally put some freaking clothes on. Thank you, Chantal. I guess, how many hours was this? I guess 3 hours was enough for the feeder fetish people, thank goodness. But she finally put some freaking clothes on. Oh, wait. Yeah, it took her. Let's see. And she's all about that life of washing her bed sheets. She finally washed her bed sheets. She's doing the laundry. She's hanging up her clothes. I wonder why. It kind of points in the direction that Natter is coming for a visit. And Natter does not put up with that messy life. But here's a moment that I found interesting from this live stream. So there's Chantal putting her clothes up. And we know she doesn't do anything unless there's a reason why. So let's start from here.
Yeah. That's the video I edited for him. June 2nd.
So big question, why do you have the video on your phone? If you edited the video to him quite a while ago, what's it still doing on your phone? Couldn't you just send the video to him and let him post it whenever he feels like? Why do you have it on your phone, ma'am? Why is it saved there? You want to know why? Because you have lots of stuff on your phone that you can watch. It's not enough that you plan your live streams around his. You'll do a live stream if he's about to go live. Suddenly you're tired and you got to go. No, you've got plenty of stuff on your phone to watch of him. You are obsessed with that man. So I don't know why she's showing this video on YouTube, like showing his video. If it's supposed to be a video for his channel, what was the purpose of showing this video except maybe to try to claim him? Chantal, you want him to claim you, but you're trying to put ownership over this man by doing things like this, and by doing so, you're making yourself more unattractive to him. By trying to force ownership, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen, ma'am.
I despise the motherfucker. But my hubby was uglier, so I can't really judge. I don't know. I don't find Natter ugly. Like, I find him good looking. Like, his teeth are crooked. Yeah, they're not perfect, but whatever. I mean, whatever. But play some little chamois. I don't have that song.
Yeah, she's in too good a mood. She saw Natter last night. She's been seeing him all week. She gave him $500. He's probably hoping to get more out of her. And so maybe she's told him, yeah, I'll give you more money. I'll give you more money. So he keeps seeing her. And she's going to do that all the way until payday. So you know what? I don't want to see any more of that live stream because it's just more of the same. And as you can see, she's got another live stream going. She's kitchen beezing. I'm just trying to make it more palatable for you guys. Just trying to put everything together, squash it together if possible. Frankie says, the more she gets disrespected and mistreated by Natter, the more she cherishes him. Zero self-worth. Nope. She has no self-worth, but I'll do you one better, Frankie. She has no sense of her own identity. She's so lacking in identity that she has to borrow off of other people's identities and likes and dislikes. Whatever guy she gets with, if they like something, she likes it. If they hate something, she hates it. When she's around Natter, because Natter is not a animal person, she neglects her cats. When she was around Roman, because Roman was a bit of an animal person, suddenly she loves animals. And it's because of Roman that she took BBJ to the vet, finally. She always borrows off of other people's identities because she does not have one of her own. She doesn't know who she is, and she's not bothering to find out. So I think that's another reason why she's always looking for a man, because without a man around, she doesn't know who she is, and she's not one of those to go on a journey of self-discovery. The Existence Project says, let me get this straight. She hadn't had any contact with him, nor has seen him, but edited his video and bought him muscles. Seems legit. That's enough proof for me. I believe her. Cleaning her villa would be a month-long task that would be completely take up all of her time away from him. And then she can go back to the beach as a reward, or maybe vacation somewhere else. I don't know at this point. I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired over here too, Existence. Yeah, she pussyfooting around about cleaning the villa. Suddenly, she's got a fire under her behind to clean the villa. You have to ask yourself why. The reason is not because she wants the house to be cleaned. There's something else behind it. Maybe because of an inspection. Maybe because she wants Natter over and she's trying to show him, look, my house is clean. You can hang out with me. So there's got to be a reason why she's cleaning her house and hanging up her clothes. A says she has not cleaned her room in months, but suddenly she has all this energy to wash all of her clothes, vacuum, get rid of trash bags that have been there for a long time, clean her porch, and she is acting sus. Somebody's saying it's because of math. Somebody's agreeing to that, saying, yes, check out the burns on her IG picture. I just showed that to you guys. Somebody's saying could be a combination of drugs and the natural high she gets when she sees and talks to Natter. I would agree with that. I think that she saw Natter, she's in a good mood, then maybe she did some chemicals to give her energy and she's cleaning, maybe as a way to appease Natter, to show him, look, you're a clean person. Look, I'm a clean person too. Can we hang out? Lone Wolf says, notice when people started mentioning that in her chat, she says she is going, but will go live shortly downstairs. Does she think that she's going to prove to people that Natter is not there? If she was just going to go downstairs, she would stay live like she normally does. Now she has a chance to make him go upstairs in her bedroom before she goes live again. Yeah, isn't that kind of suspicious? People are asking her, is he in the house? And she won't just take her camera and show the entire house. She's going to say, oh, I'll go live downstairs. So he might be there. He might be at the villa, and that's why Pete's is in a mood, because he doesn't like Natter. So that might be why Pete's is in a bad mood right now. Everybody's saying this is never going to end. Down the rabbit hole says, everyone wishes you would stop yanking our chains and just say what you're going to say eventually anyway. We could move the cycle along much faster and get to the part everyone waits for. The part that I'm waiting for is for the truth to come out. Like, seriously, like, when are the lies going to stop? It's senseless to lie anymore. We all know the truth. It's time that all three of those knuckleheads over there just fessed up and said, okay, this is what's up. This is what's going on. And we're going to be upfront about it. There's no reason why they can't be upfront now. There's no court case. There's no pending charges. It makes no sense to lie. Jamie Reynolds says, hope your family finds out that you're blowing their money on Natter and drugs. Love that for you. Her family. You know, I'm not one to go after another person's family. I don't think that's right. But in a way, I'm confused. And I am very confused and irritated with her family. I would not be confused or irritated if it were a case where they're in the dark with Chantal. They don't know what she's doing. They don't know about her drug use. They don't know about Natter. But they do know. They do know. They're fully aware of who she is and what she does. And if they're giving her money, my question is why? Why would you enable someone that's just going to take your money and hurt themselves further with it? If you're someone and somebody is coming to you and saying, I don't have any food, and you know that person's going to use your money to do drugs or buy fast food, if you want to take care of them, why not go out and buy them food? And that way you know exactly where your money is going and what it's being used for. If you're someone and you know you have a daughter or a son that's into drugs or has been into drugs, and you know there's a chance that the money's going to be spent on that, why wouldn't you be proactive and making sure that your money is not misused? They gave her the money and they had to know what she was going to use it for. Maybe she made some promises to her family that, oh, I got a YouTube check coming in about a week, I'll pay you back. Maybe that's what happened, but it just blows my mind that her family, they know what they're dealing with and they enable it anyway. Why? Why enable that behavior? Why enable these bad habits? If you're a parent and you have a child, your responsibility is to teach your child how to be responsible, to stand on their own, to be independent, to take care of themselves. But if you enable them, they will never learn that. You're doing more harm than good by enabling them in their bad behaviors. Agatha says, the feeders love you half naked. Oh, yes, they do. And that's exactly why she's half naked. And she don't care if the ordinary Joe on YouTube doesn't want to see her naked. She doesn't care about the ordinary Joe. She doesn't care about the ordinary viewers that are not into the feeder content. Ordinary people mean nothing to her. She's actively seeking out the fetish people because some of them might have money and they may give it to her if she caters to their fetishes. She's trying to turn her channel into a fetish only channel and do thinly veiled adult content on YouTube. And YouTube is not the place for this crap. Brooke A says, you're acting so shady. If you want to live with Natter, be considerate of Pete and move him out or get him his own place. He doesn't need to deal with a creep daily. His mental state is already bad. So there was talk of her getting rid of Pete. And then she said, oh no, I'm not getting rid of Pete. And now Natter might be seeing her at the villa. I'm sure Pete is not happy about that because his name is on the lease and that's his home. And if anybody has a right to say somebody can't be in my home, it would be Pete's. But of course, Pete's is not going to say anything because although his name is on the deed, she's paying the bills. So all that Pete can do is just stay in his room and avoid Natter. But I don't think it's fair to do that to somebody. To bring somebody into the home that they don't like and they're not comfortable with. But that's how inconsiderate Chantal is. And if I were Pete's, I would pay attention to all the warning signs in front of his face because they're all there. She's not stopping herself from seeing Natter or talking to Natter. There was talk about them getting a place. I feel that that's been put on hold, but it could happen again. If I were Pete, I would be looking around at what I could do to take care of myself. Don't rely on Foodie. She's too flighty. She's too flaky. She's thoughtless. She's inconsiderate. If she left him in wreck and ruin once, she'll do it again. And she won't have the courtesy to say, hey, I'm going to be moving out in a couple of months. You need to find a job. You need to really look around for a job or a place to live. She's not that person that she would give notice. She'd be that person that she would only let you know at the very last minute where you have no time to prepare. Freedom Smith says, how does she not have back problems carrying that gut around? I'm sure her back is killing her. It has to be. I'm sure that she does have back problems and her spine is screaming for mercy. Techie RN says, thank God you are finally washing your bed sheets. You really need to burn them and start with a whole new set at this point. Well, I think the reason why she's washing the bed sheets is because of Natter. He must be coming over to hang out. And she can't have a nasty room and a nasty house and nasty sheets when he gets there. That might be the motivation of why she's cleaning so much. EXO says, I'm unsubbing because all I see on my subscription page is a big woman in a gamer chair all day. So pathetic. In other words, you're tired of the garbage content. I don't blame you. When it's the same stuff every day, why subscribe to somebody? Why? When there's nothing interesting going on, nothing at all. Nothing. It's all the same stuff. So that's it for both these live streams. I try to put them both together. Chantal's got 2 more. I'm going to take a look at them and see if there's anything worth reacting to. If not, I'll just call it a day. This will make my 4th video of the day. If anything interesting happens, I'll be on top of it. But the garbage, we can just walk past all that. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great night. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please take care. Bye-bye.